Should life-saving be legal? Seems like a ridiculous question. Utterly insane. Should it be legal to save a life? And it sounds completely rhetorical, and yet it's not. Should it be legal to save a life? There are biblical roots to this. You know, when Jesus was curing the sick, he often did this strategically. He did it in a way to show the Pharisees for what the Pharisees had become. He didn't have to go heal, for instance, the man who was paralyzed and sat next to that pool, or I should say lay next to that pool. You know this story, right? This happened in the Bible. So there was a man who was a paralytic, and he lay next to this pool of water. And at certain times, the water would bubble up. And the belief was if you were among the first to get in the water, then the gods would heal you. And he'd been doing this for a long time. Now, it's pretty hard for a paralytic to get in and out of the water. So oftentimes, he never even got in the pool. Certainly not first, and yet he never gave up on this. He had faith in the pool. And one day, Jesus came by, and Jesus saw this. He saw this paralytic. So he went to him, and he said the most remarkable thing. Do you want to be healed? See, Jesus, when interacting with people, always wanted them to have buy-in. Do you want to be healed? Yes, I do, Lord. Yes, I want to be healed. And Jesus healed him, told him to get his mat and walk away. And when he did that, he did this on Sabbath. Time you're not supposed to do this. And he said, don't tell anybody. But the man ended up getting interviewed by the Pharisees. And they wanted to know what happened. And he told them, this man healed me. So when he was interviewed, of course, he was talking about what happened, and then when told other people what happened, and it wasn't yet Jesus' time. But one of the problems that Jesus had was, wait, you can't go around healing people on the Sabbath on holy days. You can't do this. He did this more than once. He fixed the hand of a man had a crippled hand, and he fixed it in the synagogue. He interrupted the reading to fix this man's hands. And the leaders there, the technocratic religious leaders, were furious. And Jesus said, look, who of you, if you had an animal stuck in a pit, say a farm animal stuck in a pit on the Sabbath, would let it stay there? Or even that of your neighbor, you'd go get it out. My Father requires mercy, not sacrifice. That's what he values. So should it be legal to heal? I'm asking this for a very specific question for a pretty interesting guy who made a pretty amazing statement about his cancer. I'll explain this in just a second. It's not always legal to heal the best way in America right now. It's literally not. For instance, I can't believe this, but southern Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Renew Healthcare, has world-class healthcare using stem cells. Their stem cells come from women they know because the doctors and the staff there monitor their pregnancies and their health, and the team pays for the women, to go through their pregnancy. They monitor the health of the baby and the woman after pregnancy. When they get the stem cells, this is the placenta and the umbilical cord, they only use the Wharton's jelly, little portion from the umbilical cord. They walk it about 5 minutes, if that, probably more like 3, into a world-class lab. They look at the stem cells, and then they culture the very best, meaning they reject 80 to 90% of them. That's what they use in your body to keep you from knee surgery, to replace your cartilage, to repair tendon, muscle, to solve things like traumatic brain injury. Let's compare that to the United States. The stem cells you get here come from whoever. They've been frozen for however long. They've been shipped around in whatever container, and whatever percentage of them are necrotic. Hey, did the people who gave you the stem cells have good health? I don't know. Did they get the mRNA injections? I don't know. Well, down in Mexico, you know all these things. If you are ailing and you're being told it's pills or surgery, you're just going to have to live with it, stop. Go to Renew, RENUE.healthcare, and ask them if they can help you. It's Renew, RENUE.healthcare. You know Scott Adams? Scott Adams was the guy who invented Dilbert. Scott Adams has announced that he is facing his end. And he's been talking about wanting to get some experimental treatments because he has cancer. And he made a statement about this on his live stream.
But I feel like a lot of things went in motion at the same time. So I was contacted by Don Jr., who was literally in Africa. He's in Africa on a Sunday, and Don Jr. is calling me and saying, "Leah, I'm on this. My father wants me to, get this done." Then Bobby Kennedy calls me, Bobby Kennedy calls me. Like, what can I do? What's the situation? Dr. Oz calls me. Dr. Oz, what's the situation? How can I help? Oh my God. And then you may have seen that President Trump, best president ever, he posted my message to him that was on X yesterday. It was a public message. And he just said, on it, on it. He was so on it. Oh my God, was he on it?
There should be no reason in the world that a man who's been told he's dying from cancer shouldn't go be able to try any experimental treatment he wants. The only reason they don't do this, they don't allow it, is number one, they want to pretend they're concerned about liability. Honestly, pharma that got a waiver for you know what, for you know how long, they're concerned about liability. The right to try should be across every possible formula. After all, Jesus showed us it should never be against the law to heal.